the Danish palace has released new photos of Crown Prince Christian completing national service amid rising geopolitical tensions in the region. What's the latest on the prince's military training, and how are Queen Mary and King Frederik dealing with their son's absence?
Right. Well, this has been one of the big stories in Denmark this year. Of course, they have, tensions with Donald Trump over Greenland. There's also tensions with Russia on the other side. So, there is a lot of emphasis at the moment on national security in Denmark. And part of that comes down to national service. They have had male national service for decades, and they're actually introducing it for women as well. Only a few countries do that at the moment, Israel being one of them. So it's a very big topic. And of course, Christian is currently in that time of his life. He is completing national service. He has been living for several months at a very remote military base, undergoing intense sort of military training. And then the palace this week has released some new photos of him.
Good day and welcome back to Danish News Daily, where royal smiles are analyzed, suitcases become symbols, and silence speaks louder than trumpets. Today's headline sounds dramatic, but it has set tongues wagging across Europe. Queen Mary traveling alone, while rumors swirl louder than church bells in Copenhagen. Before we step inside this royal riddle, make sure you subscribe to Danish News Daily and click the notifications bell so you stay ahead of every whisper, walkabout, and royal eyebrow raise. Now, let us rewind slightly. Queen Mary has always been the steady compass of the Danish monarchy. Calm, composed, and strategically flawless. So when reports emerged of her solo travel, without King Frederik by her side, people noticed. Not because royals never travel alone, but because timing is everything, and timing right now is interesting. Here is the spark. This trip came amid persistent chatter about tension inside the royal marriage. Add recent headlines, intense media scrutiny, and suddenly a normal schedule change turns into a full-blown narrative. Social media did not ask questions politely. It demanded answers with capital letters and dramatic music. Let us transition carefully here, because facts matter. There has been no official palace statement suggesting separation, conflict, or crisis. What we have is optics. And in royal life, optics are the unofficial language. A solo appearance can be interpreted as independence, professionalism, or distance. The public chooses the meaning that fits the mood. Now, picture this moment from the palace perspective. A new king adjusting to his role. A queen navigating global attention. A monarchy fresh from abdication, still finding its rhythm. In that environment, even routine movements are dissected like a crime scene diagram. But here is the clever twist. Queen Mary has always been more than an accessory to the crown. She has her own diplomatic profile, her own causes, and her own schedule. Traveling alone does not weaken her image. If anything, it reinforces her authority. She looks less like a supporting act and more like a leading figure. Still, the rumor mill refuses to slow. Commentators are comparing body language, analyzing past photos, and reading between lines that may not even exist. It is a reminder that modern monarchy lives under a microscope powered by algorithms and impatience. Now, let us widen the lens. The Danish public has historically valued stability and modesty in its royals. Loud scandal does not usually play well here. That is why the palace response has been minimal. No drama, no denial tour, just quiet continuity. It is a very Scandinavian approach. Here comes the suspenseful question. Does silence calm the storm, or does it invite more speculation? In today's media climate, silence can feel like mystery, and mystery is irresistible. The longer the palace waits, the louder the theories grow. And yet, Queen Mary's public image remains remarkably intact. Polls, commentary, and public reactions continue to place her as one of the most respected figures in the royal household. If this was meant to undermine her, it has not worked. If anything, it has reminded people why she matters. So what are we really witnessing? A marital drama or a media moment inflated by timing and curiosity? At this stage, the honest answer is simple. We do not know. And the monarchy knows that uncertainty can sometimes be safer than oversharing. As Denmark watches closely, one truth stands firm. Queen Mary traveling alone is not a scandal by default. It is a moment loaded with interpretation, shaped by context, and magnified by a crown that never switches off. As the weeks unfold, every joint appearance or separate engagement will continue to be framed as evidence for one theory or another. That is the cost of wearing a crown in a digital age. For viewers, the lesson is simple. Royal life is rarely as simple as headlines suggest. Behind controlled smiles are complex schedules, private negotiations, and human emotions navigating public duty. Whether this moment fades quietly or becomes a defining chapter depends not on rumors, but on time, consistency, and the next carefully chosen public step. History will decide, but for now, Denmark watches, waits, and speculates together. Thank you for watching Danish News Daily.